I'm Dyke Habegger, and this is my wife Lindsey, and we'd like to tell you about an amazing opportunity that God has given us in Kenya. But since some of you may not know us, or maybe you haven't seen us in a while, we'd like to give you some quick background. We've been married almost 13 years, and we have 5 really cool kids. I'm a creative director and an elder at our church in Malvern, Pennsylvania, and I have a master's degree from Geneva Reformed Seminary, and love being able to use that education in the ministry that God's given me.
For the record, I hate being in front of the camera. Anyway, I'm mommy to those 5 cool kids and currently serve as the administrator for our church. I own a small photography business and have about 100 other interests that I'm pursuing in all of my spare time.
About 10 years ago, God gave us a burden for African ministry. And shortly after the birth of our second son, I got to make 2 trips to Liberia and Kenya during a church internship specifically to train and encourage national pastors. While God has given us great ministry opportunities since then, it really seemed like the door to Africa was closed, at least until recently.
A few years ago, we started supporting 5810, a nonprofit founded by some of Dyke's colleagues. 5810 is dedicated to the care of orphans in Kenya. I don't have all the time to tell you about this amazing organization, but please check them out at 5810.com. Up to now, our involvement has been mostly financial through the support of the Kitui Baby Home. Additionally, God has given our kids incredible hearts for orphans. It has been really cool as their mom to be able to work with them on raising awareness and funds for the work 5810 is doing in Kenya.
Through my relationship with 5810 founders, as well as some truly remarkable timing, God has opened the door for both of us to go to Kenya in April with a 5810 team. I've been asked to be one of 2 speakers at a 2-day National Church Leadership Conference in Mulongo, and I'll get to share what God has taught me about how the gospel applies to family and to ministry. And I'm just really excited about ministering to Kenyan pastors and church leaders who will be able to take what they've learned back to their homes and churches across the country.
Over the 10-day trip from April 18th through the 27th, our team will be visiting and serving the orphanages and the baby home. We're planning a field day for the children, and I'm working on plans for encouragement packages for the men and women who serve at the homes. I'm also planning to put my photojournalism background to good use.
So how can you help? First, please pray for us. Pray for our trip preparation, pray for our health and safety, pray that God would effectively multiply our ministry efforts across the Kenyan churches and orphan homes that our team will touch. Please also pray for our 5 kids who will be without mom and dad for a week and a half, and maybe even more for our brave friend Raylyn who's staying with them.
You can also support us financially. We have to raise 100% of our support by the beginning of April. We have set up a page on the Gospel Fund where you can read in detail about our plans and give towards our expenses. If more than what we need is raised, all extra funds will go directly to 5810.
Isaiah 58:10 promises, "If you pour yourselves out for the hungry and satisfy the desire of the afflicted, then your light shall rise in the darkness and your gloom be as the noonday." Please partner with us in pouring ourselves out for orphans and churches in Kenya.